Or are you dead or something?
Not fine.
Carlos Cabral, you want to join us for the music show, brother?
Uh,
Yes, Carlos, we need you on the program
sure, for a few minutes.
for a few
You
minutes.
are wanted here on the show. You are wanted.
Yes, you're
Immediate.
also wanted, period. Not just by us, but everybody as well.
Ooh.
Carlos Cabral, he's on with the shows right now. How are things going, Carl? Carlos?
Dr. Brown, you really titled your stream that?
What?
No,
Listen, guys, listen.
I'm not.
Listen,
I'm not doing it. It's
the show is about African American artists, music
Ladies and
artists.
gentlemen, the one and only icon. It's back in the scene. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Prince Otto in the house. Ladies and gentlemen,
And
Prince Otto in the
Dr.
house.
Brown, you titled your stream Black as Night.
Black as Pitch. I took that from the movie
Oh, yeah.
Legend. Yeah.
How's it going, Errol? How's it going, everybody?
Everything
You
is
don't-
going good. You got me, Ark, YR, and we got your boy Carlos along as well.
Really?
Yeah. And we got you
Well,
now.
I'm here to do my honors to
Yes.
the one and great Lenny Kravitz. I love Lenny Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz is a great black African American rock star.
Yeah,
who I
well,
look up
we're
to.
not just doing Lenny Kravitz. We're honoring all the black rock and roll artists out there, whether it's Living Color, 24/7 Spies, Fishbone, yes, and of course we cannot forget Jimi Hendrix, Prince, and this one group out of Detroit, Michigan that was around in the 1970s, a proto-punk band that was all African American called Death. There was a small documentary on that came out a couple of years back there, and we got to acknowledge that group as well.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right there. So, before I begin, Carlos, you okay, dude? Is everything all right? Because I saw the conversation you and Jacob RP had last night there, after Jacob got done with his program.
Yeah.
And
That was wild.
he just left the call. Some bitch. All right.
Some bitch.
Yeah. Because I know he was expressing some sort of Am I hearing myself in the background?
Hello?
Good to hear from Arknolia. Good to hear from YR. Guys, I'm back. I made time for this. I'm here. I'm scheduled on time. I'm here.
All
I
right.
made time for this. I'm here.
It's good to hear, man. All right.
Okay, do we want to round table and mention 2 or 3 apiece or what?
I like to do that. It's been a while since we did that. Definitely.
Well, we're here. So who wants to go first? We're here.
All right, there.
We're live.
Yeah, we live. So how do we want to do it?
Well, you've already named 2 or 3, so let's move on to one of us.
Okay, I was going to let Ark do the honors here there.
Yes, let Ark do the honors. Yes.
Yep. All right.
Okay, I'm going to start early. Chuck Berry.
Great choice. Influenced the Beatles and Rolling Stones and everyone else.
Little Richard.
Yep. I know.
He is actually the innovator of rock and roll. He is the architect of rock and roll. Never really got credit for what he created. Never really got an Oscar or anything like that.
Grammy.
Or Grammy. Like he's been in movies. He's never really got his praise, basically.
Yeah. Influenced the
They
Beatles
never
as
gave him
well.
his flowers.
Dr. Brown, a quick story. I don't know if you heard this, but Chuck Berry did a song or did a guest spot or whatever with John Lennon.
Yes, the Mike Douglas show. The Mike Douglas show.
Did you hear about that? And then Yoko Ono was screaming.
I know. I saw that as well. Yeah.
What's up with that?
I know. I have no idea what was up with that,
Purpose?
but what the story was, John Lennon and Yoko Ono were guest hosts for a week on the Mike Douglas show, and this gave Lennon an opportunity to bring in some guests that he prefers, like whether it's Jerry Dixon from the Chicago 8. And of course, brought in also Chuck Berry, one of his main influences. They were jamming together on Johnny B. Good, and then suddenly, Yoko starts shrieking in the back, and Chuck Berry was like, "What the heck is that there? What the heck, John?" It's like the look on his face when she starts doing that is, Oh God, you can imagine what he must have felt like when he heard that in the studio while they were taping that. It's like, holy cow! But Yoko's. I'm sorry, she ruined that spot when you think about it. There, she could have just, she should at least learn to play an instrument instead of using her so-called voice, because she was known by means not a singer. Unfortunately, there. Oh, duh. But credit to John for bringing on Chuck Berry onto that program, because he always respected and loved Chuck Berry. In fact, you may remember "Come Together" from the Beatles was basically a rip-off of one of Chuck Berry's earlier songs, in which Berry even took the Beatles to court for.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
And then one more, and we'll give someone else a chance.
All
The
right.
Platters.
Which, of course, Freddie Mercury covered one of their songs, "The Great Pretender."
Next.
Next.
Who wants to go next?
Bob Marley.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a pioneer. You can call it reggae music, but it's a little mix of rock in there, a little rock guitar. You got
Yep.
the horn section, the drums. Definitely like a world mix of music.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a big face for the cannabis movement. You know what I'm saying? And that, pond, but definitely inspiration to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Practically, I don't know if he was the first, but definitely a lot of people do copy Bob Marley with dreadlocks.
Yeah, he pioneered that look, that's for sure there.
The Rasta look.
Yep.
And did you ever any
Look,
not?
I still look now. I love that look.
Come on. You take it to, you shake the tree, man, a little bit, and the coconut falls off the top. And then you put a hole in the coconut, you drink the water out of it. That's the Rasta Jamaican way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
Where come on? Yeah, shake the coconut from out the tree, man. Yeah, man.
Okay, so, and let's not forget him being a big influence on all the genres of music, whether it's ska, alternative, you name it.
And Bob Marley is, the songs he had.
Talking about Bob Marley, I have to say, shout out to Keith the Barbara, man.
By the way, he was also an activist as well. In fact, some of that activism may have ended his life when you think about it. There was a lot of conspiracies thrown around that basically the Jamaican government, did injected with. I'm not too sure what the story was. This is for what I heard from a program that aired on the VH1 channel many, many years back about possibly being been set up to die by the Jamaican government because he was advocating the people there to overthrow the dictatorship that was running that country at that time. I'm not too sure. I heard a short bit of it one time, as I stated, years and years back. So I should probably look it up sometime soon. Possibly, in fact, I'll look it up right now, to be exact.
Do you have someone else there, YR?
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. What about the lead singer for Seven Dust?
Yeah, I got to give him credit as well. I don't know
Yes,
the guy's name. I don't really
I
know.
mean, people like Darius Rucker. You know what I'm saying?
From Hootie and the Blowfish, yeah. Who's a country artist now. Who I believe is also the second, top-rated black country artist next to Charlie Pride. Yeah.
Does Prince have us a couple?
Absolutely.
That's a new one. You see, my taste for music is like a fresh bottle of wine, but I'm not going to give you today. I usually give people the old bottle of wines, the stuff that you and I know. But today I have something new in store. There's a group called Alabama Shakes, and it's the lead singer is a black female with a powerful soul voice, and she's all rock and roll. She was actually flying out to Minneapolis, to work with the late great Prince. This is the person that Prince discovered, and she was good. She's a female black artist. The group is called Alabama Shakes. You guys should check it out. It's real rock and roll. It's real black rock and roll. Also, there's another group. I'm not know if you guys are familiar with the group. What are their names? It's another black group that are coming up, and I think the Roots. Well, not really the Roots. You ever heard the Roots with Questlove?
I heard the Quest.
From,
Yeah, Questlove. He was featured not too long ago on the magazine article in People magazine. Not too long ago. He's one of the most recognizable faces of that group there.
And then there's another. I hit you another new guy who's doing rock and roll, who was influenced by Lenny Kravitz. His name is John Batiste.
All right.
Of course, a young female black artist who's doing rock and roll, and that I'm talking about her.
Nice. I should probably throw in this one project that Will Smith's wife had for a while called Wicked Wisdom.
Yes. Jada Pinkett Smith had her own band. Yes.
Yeah, and now their daughter Willow has a little music project of her own. In fact, she collaborated with Machine Gun Kelly on a song called Emo Girl not too long ago.
Yes.
And her choice of guitar, by the way, is a guitar that I admire looking at. It is the St. Vincent custom guitar manufactured by Ernie Ball Guitars. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It's pretty cool looking there.
Yes.
Right.
And of course, I'm going to go down to the classic, the icon of rock and roll, the last of many black rock and roll guys, and that's Lenny Kravitz. He's the last remaining.
Who's still around, making music. I guess he's still doing shows there. In fact, he was featured in a cologne commercial not too long ago. All right, I gotta throw this one in the mix here. This group, as you know, had this big hit, Cult of Personality, which became the theme music for CM Punk. They're still together. The guitarist Vernon Reid, he's well recognized. He played with Mick Jagger, along with their current bassist Doug Winbush. I'm going to mention the band Living Colour. In fact, as I mentioned, Vernon Reid, the guitarist and chief songwriter, I guess, he also co-founded a thing called the Black Rock Coalition, which is basically a group to support all black rock and rollers. And the motto of their organization is, rock and roll is black music and we are its heirs. And also, let's not forget their singer Corey Glover, who spent time as one of the hosts for one of the VJs for VH1 for a short period of time there. All right. Who's next?
I'm going to mention 3 groups that have black members that are prominent in the group. First one is a group called Love. Arthur Lee is the lead guy in that group. They had a few little odd and end hits. Little Red Book, 7 and 7 is. Then you got Thin Lizzy.
Phil Lynott.
Right.
Who is black and Irish.
Yeah, which is kind of really an unusual combination, but, works.
Yeah, worked pretty damn well.
Then the Allman Brothers had a black drummer.
That's true there.
Who also played with the group Sea Level. Which was an offshoot of the
Allman Brothers. Yeah. I remember hearing that name a few times when I was a little kid there.
Yeah, they had a pretty major hit, but I'll be honest, I forgot the name of it.
And we're talking the sea as in ocean sea, right?
Right.
I
Sea
got
level,
you.
SEA level.
I gotcha. All right, I'm going to look it up on Google right now about this group.
Yeah, they had a really good major hit, but I forgot the name of it.
Okay, I'm looking up right now on the Google search here. Okay. Okay. It was a band founded by in Macon, Georgia. Formed in 1976, it was an offshoot of the Allman Brothers Band.
Right.
Between 77 and 1980, the group released 5 studio albums which incorporated elements of funk, blues, and Latin music. And some of their songs included That's Your Secret, Tidal Wave, Limited a Dream, Storm Warning. Let's hear a couple others there. Nothing Matters But the Fever, and a few other
That was
songs.
it. That was
There
the one
we
I
go.
remember.
There we go. Mm-hmm.
I do remember the others, but not as well.
All right. And some of the members included Jimmy Nails, Chuck Leavell, Randall Bramlett, and Lamar Williams, I believe, and a dude named Jamo, I think it is. It's spelled Jaimoe.
What's the deal in the background?
I have no clue, man.
YR's turn if he wants it.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Wire.
Well, we throw in there. Well, how about Michael Jackson?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's good there, yeah. He had elements of rock and roll in him. The songs Dirty Diana with Steve Stevens from the Billy Idol Band, as well as Beat It with Eddie Van Halen. And let's not forget the MTV performance where he brought out Slash from Guns N' Roses. In fact, you may remember it was a VMA performance where Slash was taking too long with his solo. One of the roadies was trying to get us tap him on the shoulder and say, "Hey, Slash, you're taking long. You got to get off the stage." And Michael was like, "Go away, get out of here," to the security guard there. Let him do his thing.
Who else you got, dude?
Well, I also got this group. I
was
mentioned.
talking to YR, but go
Oh,
ahead.
my bad. Mm-hmm. What the heck?
Well, I guess you got to consider the Jackson 5 with that.
Rock and Robin.
Well, Prince and his whatever's going on.
Prince, get back on the call, dog. Come on, dude. What the heck, dude? Prince, where are you, dog? Come on, dude. Okay. I should
Well,
probably...
I guess it's your turn.
Okay, I guess... Okay, we'll do so there. I'm going to mention this other black rock and roll band that's very pioneering in the punk movement, Bad Brains. They had albums like Eye Against Eye, God of Love. Their frontman, HR, he has a band that was old, simply called HR, or Human Rights, as it's often known as. Basically, these guys are like, about against racism, equality, and they were signed for a couple of years on the SST record label based out of Los Angeles that is run by Greg Ginn, the guitarist from the punk band Black Flag. But, Bad Brains are considered very influential on many rock bands today.
Got another?
Yeah, another one. I mentioned this group moments ago, 24/7 Spies. They released a few albums in the early 90s. And surprisingly, they were not part of the Black Rock Coalition, as mentioned earlier. Apparently, because one of the members said in an interview that they didn't really support them, so why should we support them in return? You're basically kind of like a version of Living Color. And basically, what they decided to do was when people started accusing them of being a ripoff of Living Color, to fall into that black rock category, they decided to get themselves a white drummer.
Well, that reminds me of another group,
All right.
Chambers Brothers.
I thought the same thing because they had a white drummer as well there. And we know their song, Time Is Gonna Come.
Time has come today.
Time Has Come Today, my bad. Which the Ramones did a great cover of, you may remember, back in 82 on one of their records at that time, Subterranean Jungle.
And if you go to listen to that song, listen to the 11-minute version.
Absolutely. Most recommended. Prince, what are you doing in the background, dude? Get back on the mic. All right. YR, you next, dude?
No, I'm up.
Oh, you're up? My bad.
First one I'm going to do, well, I mentioned Pain Chambers Brothers. Parliament.
Oh, yeah. George Clinton
Maggot
and the boy.
Brain
Oh, yes. Funkadelic as well.
is a cool song.
Yeah, I listened to that, by the way. I listened to a couple of versions. The one that you sent me and the Woodstock 99 version there. Very interesting stuff there from Mr. George Clinton.
It's basically black psychedelic.
And we cannot forget for his other band, actually both bands, Parliament, Funkadelic, and his solo career as well. The song Atomic Dog is an essential funk classic from the 80s.
Oh,
Yo, ladies and gentlemen.
There you
my
are.
bad. I forgot. I didn't forget. I forgot that my Skype was turned off.
Oh. Keith, what's up,
Welcome back.
dude? Welcome back, Keith. Missed you, dude.
Thank you, Doctor. Did you start the show at 7?
Yes. Well, actually, we started the show about a few minutes before 7.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. We're discussing black rock and rollers.
Wires.
Oh, okay. Darius Rucker.
Yeah, that was mentioned earlier on. YR mentioned him.
Okay.
Yes.
Him
and
also the lead singer of Seven Dust.
yeah, YR mentioned him just as well.
Okay.
What about this guy, Derek
Well, listen,
Green?
like, what
Go
song?
ahead.
What was that
Mr.
guy's
Flyers
name from
or-
Seven Dust? No Key?
I don't know. I don't know his name. Let me look it up for you guys.
It's
Keith, you know
YR's
the guy?
turn.
Keith, you know the guy's name from Seven Dust?
No, I don't know the name. I know how to sing my favorite song from Seven Dust. I know how to sing the chorus.
What's the song called?
Denial. It's like I can't imagine the. Oh snap!
Oop.
I can't imagine to be like you. The pain that you suffer, the pain that you push me through, something like that.
Oh, the guy's name is LaJon Witherspoon. Lajon. That's how his first name is spelled.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I gotta time that shit.
All right.
All right, I'm back.
All right, good. Where you at, Keith?
I'm at Extreme Action Park.
Oh, okay. You're always there a lot of times, man. I noticed.
Yeah, like at Extreme Action Park, they have no signs that say no loitering. So you're allowed to loiter. It's a cool place to go when, it's hot outside. You're in the AC and it's like tons of people here.
That's good
And
there.
my companion, I get 30 hours a week with him, and I don't like to pay for gas money. But I will, like, this is 12 minutes from my house, so I don't have to pay that much gas money.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I
What's
guess
going on?
well, Prince is in the back with his baby mama. I guess I'd say having some sort of issue there. I'm not too sure what it is, but he's also part of the program. I
All
guess
right.
he stepped away
Oh,
for a couple minutes.
there was this guy named Garth, and I knew, and he's Jamaican, and I was talking to him about rock music, and he's like, I don't want to hear about rock music unless it's Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, he's got a
Hey,
yeah. We got to mention that guy, just as well there. But well, I'm gonna say something that the Black Rock Coalition stated, and you could tell them to this Garth dude. Tell
No,
him
I don't
this.
talk to him anymore.
Oh, well, I was gonna say, rock and roll is black music. There's Chuck Berry, there's Muddy Waters, who influenced bands like the Beatles and the Stones and every other British band in the British Invasion.
John Lee Hooker.
John Lee Hooker, just as well there, who had a big influence on bands like ZZ Top as well.
All right.
Yeah.
There's this music video by Sonny Ledford. It's called "Place to Stay." It's like country rock, and there's a black drummer and a black guitarist in the music video.
Right. I gotta acknowledge this group that was short-lived for a while. A group called Skunk and Nancy. That's the name. That's how the name is pronounced. They had a black female singer whose name I do not know of yet, but I guess they came out in the early '90s as well. I guess they only had one album and probably didn't sell that much. Got some little bit of press there, but I guess they had that one album and that was about it, unless they have a couple others that we do not know about.
Let me hit three more real quick.
Go ahead.
The Four Tops.
Mm.
String of hits in the 60s and 70s.
Oh.
The Temptations. String of hits in the 60s and 70s. My favorite personal one was Papa Was a Rolling Stone.
Oh, yeah.
And then there was Smokey Robinson and the Miracles.
Mm.
String of hits in the 60s.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, Motown had a big Motown altogether had a big influence on the many musicians that would come afterwards, like Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Chicago. I mean, when you think about it, Terry Kath from Chicago, rest in peace, he brought some of that Motown funk vibe along with him when he put together the band Chicago.
Wait, so was black music? Was rock music black music before Elvis, and then Elvis made it a white music?
Yeah.
People.
So here's the thing. Keith, didn't you see the Elvis movie?
Yes, I saw it. I thought it was good. I liked it.
But you saw the part where, like, Elvis saw the African American people singing, and yeah, he basically did steal their thing. Correct, Brown? Or
That's what they've been saying for many years. It said he ripped his moves off from the black superstar. When a lot of people were accusing him of that left and right, including Public Enemy. You remember the song, Elvis was a hero the most, but the guy never meant shit to me. The sucker was racist, played up, straight up and plain. Mother F him and John Wayne.
I remember that part in the movie. It was like in the beginning, sort of.
Yeah. Whose turn is it now? Mine or YR's or who?
Well, YR needs a turn.
All right, go ahead, YR.
kind of people for now. Keith, if you want to look up a list, I'll look up a list too.
Okay.
Oh, why do we mute Prince till he comes back?
Yeah, I was going to say, what the heck, man? He can mute himself there.
Speaking of Prince, how about Prince?
The artist Prince, good idea there. Look how many albums he put it out throughout his years of existence. There you go. There you go. He's muted.
Do you guys know the restaurant Black Rock?
No, I do not.
Oh, it's like it's cool. It's like you could order like a steak and this you cook it yourself on this like heat rock at the table. It's a steakhouse.
I see something like the Texas
Like Benihana's, I
Roadhouse.
guess.
Texas
Like what?
Roadhouse, I guess.
Except
Uh,
you don't
no,
cook your
I
own
don't know
steaks
about.
at the Roadhouse.
Mm. Right.
I don't know about Roadhouse.
Mm. Texas Roadhouse. So I've been there a couple
Oh,
times in the
yeah,
past.
there's one like 30 minutes away from me. But is that the same as Roadhouse Grill?
Not that I know of.
Oh, okay. Man, Roadhouse Grill is awesome. It went out of business.
Mm.
Mm.
Ah.
Uh, Gary Clark Jr.
Who?
That was on the list I just looked up.
All right. And what band does he play? And what hits does he have?
Let me see. It doesn't say, well, let me see. It doesn't say.
Oh well.
He is probably an
I mean,
individual artist.
Mm.
Like,
Maybe I'm
a lot of
thinking the
people on
same
the
thing.
list you just mentioned like 2 minutes ago.
Mm.
There's the Supremes,
Mm.
Mary Wells, Dionne Warwick, Aretha Franklin.
Well, yeah, we can't forget the late Florence Ballard from the Supremes as well.
Wasn't the Supremes like R&B or pop R&B?
Kind of
Pop
similar of that.
R&B mainly.
Yeah, basically yes. But you know,
Like what? Okay.
yeah.
The story was that I think it was Mary Wells was originally going to be the lead singer, but Diana Ross kind of, for lack of a better term, slept her way to that role.
Oh yeah, we know the story about that. That's been repeated a few times in many programs and TV shows.
Yeah.
Yep. In fact, oh, where's Diana Ross, by the way? Is she still around, I guess?
Yeah,
I should probably look her up and see what she's doing nowadays because God knows she has not released an album in ages there.
I think they were talking about Diana Ross the other morning on Good Morning America. They were talking about disco, music, like the era of disco on Good Morning America, and they brought up Diana Ross.
Because I know she had a couple of disco songs in the past there. That was about it.
but Donna Summer was the big one there.
Absolutely. You probably
Oh.
mistook her for her.
Oh yeah, maybe it was Donna Ross. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Donna Summer, dude.
Oh, Donna Summer. Okay.
She's still around. She's 79 years old, and and her daughter Tracy Ellis Ross. You may remember, she's an actress.
Yeah.
You may remember. I
Oh.
think you may remember the show Girlfriends and other programs that Tracy has starred in.
Not me.
Right. All right. I got to throw this individual into the mix.
Okay.
This guy was kind of like one of the first Marilyn Mansons to emerge in the music scene. He had this tuxedo on with a big black cape, carried this walkie stick, big huge stick, like a. He basically looked like a witch doctor in a tuxedo. Nonetheless, but he had a lot of good songs out there. One of them being, of course, covered by Creedence Clearwater Revival, The Crazy World of Arthur Brown, and most notably Marilyn Manson. We know the song "I Put a Spell on You," Mr. Screaming Jay Hawkins.
Never heard of him.
Oh, look
Yep.
up. Oh man, you're missing out.
Wow.
Look up his. Go to YouTube and look up "I Put a Spell on You." Go to Google Images to check how this guy looked on stage, and also look up for his another one of his songs, which is one of my personal favorites, "Constipation Blues." You gotta check that one out, YR. It's you too as well,
Keith
Keith.
got the good goatee right now too.
Mm.
Keith has a good goatee.
Yeah, I'll show you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I was on when time was home when I was saying what do I do and what do I do to what about?
No, I'm playing on my camera right now.
Oh, yeah, see ya.
You
Mm-hmm.
know that song, guys?
What is that again?
Keith, can you help me here? I'm gonna start. Hopefully, y'all recognize the lyrics, and it's to the one of the most popular African American artists. Oh, I will go my way, and you never know. Down, 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 down. I was on my own ground, and I was eating on some bone. And I was down when rage is on, and I was sitting iron long. So what do I have to do about this is, I will go my way, and you better know. Lenny Kravitz, come on, y'all don't know that one?
Right.
Oh my
I
goodness.
heard it.
Yeah.
And then he did that American.
I know Fly Away, American Woman.
Yep.
That's about it.
Let's not.
how
What
did I
what
Fly
about
Away
Miss?
go?
What about Mr. Taxi Kid, Mr. Cab Driver?
No, I don't know that.
Oh, look it up, Keith,
Oh,
and let's not forget "Let Love Rule." That was his first
You're
record.
right. You're right. That song that goes, I want to get away.
Yep.
I want to fly. Bro, he had more. All right. I
A
forgot
lot of
about that.
hits.
No, that's good. Yeah, that's like the first time I heard of Lenny Kravitz. Fly Away.
Mm.
I want to get away. I want to fly away. Yeah.
And let's
Yeah.
and let's
yeah.
not forget he was married to Lisa Bonet from The Cosby Show.
Yes.
Yeah. Their daughter Zoe is now an actress and model.
Didn't he have a thing going with Alex Rodriguez's former wife?
Not that I know of, but I do know this. So he was cheated. He basically cheated on behind Lisa's back, and basically, he got called out in the song by Nina Cherry called Buddy X.
Remember Lenny Kravitz was on Chappelle's show? He was in the racial draft.
All right. I never really saw much of a Chappelle show, but I'll definitely look that up for sure.
Yeah, I saw every episode of the Chappelle show.
All right. It's good to hear.
Yep.
Speaking of Chappelle show, we got to acknowledge this guy that was that was portrayed by Chappelle pretty good, which one of the something that was written in the script became a big catchphrase around the area at that time. Remember the phrase, "I'm Rick James, bitch."
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, we got to
Rick
acknowledge
James,
Rick.
bitch.
We got to acknowledge the late great Rick James.
Yep.
We know his song "Super Freak." We all know his other songs, "Fire and Desire" with that singer Tina Marie. We know he had a song called "Cold Blooded," which is about his relationship with Linda Blair. He also produced it, and sang backup for that Eddie Murphy hit, "Party All the Time." And also, believe it or not, he was in a band with Neil Young at one point.
That is true.
Yeah.
Now,
Didn't they play Rick James once or twice in the movie How High?
yes.
First in the what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, let's
First
not.
with when Dean Cain ate the weed brownies, and then he told the DJ to play some cool music, and then the second time at the end when at the end of the movie.
Now, obviously, back then, it was probably a lot of African Americans that got, what's the word, like, not signed record, blah, 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 because of their skin color. Maybe in those times of the 50s, 60s, and maybe 70s. I'm not sure how racist. I mean, people were still, it wasn't necessarily segregation by law, but people still were racist,
Yeah.
just in general. I think in industries.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
true there. Yeah, that is true, unfortunately. That happened a lot of times. In fact, many of the artists, the black artists that we mentioned, didn't really get paid that much when you think about it. Because of manager ripoffs, crooked agents, crooked managers, Like apparently there was a singer named Big Mama Thornton, who I understand was a black blues singer who died penniless, for what I remember hearing ages ago.
Yeah.
What's your opinion about Bob Marley? When did you get into Bob Marley, listening to him, and can you name some of your favorite tunes?
I didn't listen to Bob Marley in 2018 and 2019 when I did research on YouTube of Bob Marley in 2018, 2019. And I like Don't Worry About a Thing. I think that's called Three Little Birdies. I like all the hits, Jammin', Buffalo Soldier,
Mm.
um,
Africa
See,
Unite.
so
all
a
of them.
couple, so
Yeah,
like
all those
probably
radio hits. But it's like
like
I'm not into it anymore, but I was really into Bob Marley in 2018, 2019.
Mm.
so
What a-
probably in 2000. Let's see, how old was I? Probably in 2005. Oh no,
2000 what?
probably like in 2006.
All right.
Oh no. Oh, it was younger than maybe 2004, 2000, probably maybe 13, 14.
Mhm.
I did see it was at a festival, international festival in Houston, and it's like around, how sometimes like in downtown areas there's like huge parks, like just huge grassy areas surrounded by the buildings downtown. So it was like in that area. So that year the theme was Jamaica, because every year they'll have a different country. One year it was
Oh my goodness.
like Asia or China or something like that. One year it was India, I think, but this year was Jamaica. So they had, Bob Marley had a lot of sons, had a lot of children.
Yep.
A lot.
Ziggy Marley.
I mean, a
Yep.
lot.
Damian Marley, Skip Marley, Stephen Marley.
They're on the music business now because of their daddy.
Yep.
And let's not forget, as I mentioned earlier, the influence he had on the ska music genre, on many alternative acts out there. Chili Peppers and their song.
Right.
What was that?
Keith.
Yo, I remember I didn't like Bob Marley before 2018 because I was really focused on the Jamaican rap. But in 2018 and 2019, when I researched him, I thought I was saying, oh, this is really cool music.
Without Bob Marley, there would be no Jamaican music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Jamaican music would have still carried on. It would have just not been known throughout the rest of the world if not for Bob Marley.
Yeah. True.
Can we get a little 3-second Jamaican rap?
Yeah.
That's more than 3 seconds.
Thank you, my.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, why are you were telling Eddie Lee that it's about the flow, but it's also about the voice too, the deep voice too.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So let's dive in all together. We can all agree on this, that probably the greatest. I mean, even I have to say this. I mean, I would say Eddie Van Halen, but probably the best number one guitarist.
Oh yeah.
Right.
We know what you're
Everyone
talking
says.
about. Yep.
So that's Jimi Hendrix. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
obviously Brown and Ark at the time when he was around. Did y'all ever see him in concert? Did y'all
No, I
ever
would have
any?
loved to see
No.
this man in concert. I know who you're speaking of. Definitely for Shizzle.
Arknolia, what's your opinion about Jimi Hendrix? Any of your?
Oh goodness, he was a pioneer. He was one of the best.
One of the best, absolutely. Oh, that's
See that
another
movie?
statement, dude.
Did you see that movie
Which one?
about Jimi Hendrix? It was like actors played him, kind of like the Doors movie, but
Oh,
I
I
think it was
see.
kind of more low budget. It was
Hmm.
like a lower budget.
The movie,
I think it was called Hey Joe or Jimmy. No, I think it was called Jimmy.
Do you have two or three
I
favorite?
saw a little bit of the movie at Garth's house years ago.
the
Are you talking about?
movies,
You know what they're talking about? You know what a movie I'm talking about, man?
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
the Jimi Hendrix movie.
actually, the two movies I saw from Jimi Hendrix was the documentary about him that came out after his death there, and also there was a movie called Jimi Hendrix Live in Monterey, which was pretty damn good as well. And from what I understand, hardly anybody went to the bathroom during any of Hendrix's performances. They just stood there, stayed throughout the whole show because this guy was that damn good. Keith, dude.
You want me to mute?
Yes, please
When you're
mute
not
yourself.
talking, please.
Yes, please, 'cause that
Okay.
background is way loud.
Yeah, this is a very loud place.
Yeah.
Very loud place.
I remember this is why he needed to do a show called in from outside of the venue. It's a lot more quieter.
Dude, that was when it was cool outside. It's not cool outside anymore. It's like, I'll do it. It's too hot outside.
Oh.
Among my favorite Hendrix songs are 1983, A Mermaid I Should Be.
Great song. Great song. I was thinking about that whole side of the side 3 from Electric Ladyland. Another favorite of mine from that record is the 15, 17 version of Voodoo Child with Steve Winwood, the blues version.
Oh yeah.
I always dug that song. I always predicted the atmosphere of Hendrix band, Winwood, at some concert venue with just a couple buddies there, and it
Turn
was
that damn guitar down.
damn right, damn. And of course we cannot forget the performance in Monterey, the Pop Festival in '67. When he set his guitar on fire. The Woodstock performance of the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. And just
Wow thing.
yeah, absolutely. Oh, that version was badass to the absolute core. I mean, I think I mentioned this before, and I'll say it again. While many guitar players, avoided feedback, Hendrix made it his songwriting partner because he used a lot in some of his solos at times.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. How about Sly and the Family Stone?
Mr. Sly Stone himself.
Lot hit machine for a while there too.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to take a higher.
Dance to the music.
Yep.
Thank you for letting me be myself again.
Which was sampled a couple of times on a couple R&B hits, including Janet Jackson, Age of Chance, and a few others there.
Hot Fun in the Summertime.
Yep. Everyday People, which Joan Jett would later cover on one of her records. All right. I'm going to throw in this guy. He's, I guess he's from Cleveland, Ohio. But
One hit wonder.
No. No, I'm talking about the singer from
One
the
hit
band.
wonder, but I really like to. No, I'm talking about. Go ahead.
No. I thought he was oh, never mind. I was talking about. I believe the guy's name is Derek Green, if I remember. But he is the current singer for the band Serpentora, the Brazilian thrash metal band. When their frontman Igor Cavalera left the group because of conflicts with the band and the management, I guess they got decided to get themselves somebody new. Of course, and they got themselves this dude from Cleveland, who was a big Serpentora fan, and he's still with the band currently.
One of my favorite one-hit wonders, and I really like the song.
Mm-hmm.
Electric Avenue, Eddie Grant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, that's a good. Okay, so real quick about that one. Not only it's a one-hit wonder, but damn, that's a good pick. Arc, damn it.
It
All right,
is.
well, I mean, that's pretty
Love
good.
that song.
If we were in, like, we can think of, like, there's a lot of one-hit wonder. I mean, look, there's a lot of groups we probably or people, artists we haven't mentioned that, just like the Eddie Grant guy. That song, I first heard obviously on the radio. So it used to be on the radio all the time, but it was made famous, I think, in the movie Pineapple Express.
Actually,
with
was
Seth Rogen.
actually was a big hit, but when it first came out in 1983.
Well, no, I know that, but I'm saying it was in the movie Pineapple Express, and obviously they probably had to pay some money for those
Royalties,
rights.
yes.
Because they played the song, and the guy pulls up next to him, like they're at a stoplight, and some random guy pulls up, or it's Seth Rogen that pulls up, and he's jamming the same song on his radio. You could tell they're listening to it on the radio, and they're like, "Electric Avenue, that's a great song." So they even mentioned the song. You know what I'm saying? So hey, there you go. I mean, that was a huge. I don't know about any of the rest of the songs, but I want to go to Dr. Drama Avenue. So then we can put in our cocoon and go upside down. No.
Yeah.
I don't know why in the world he didn't have any other hits, because that one was just amazing.
Well, he had another one called "I Don't Want to Dance." That's kind of like a minor follow-up, and also he had the song "Killer on the Rampage," which was the name of the album that those two songs came from. And let's not forget, years before, he had another hit with his old band, The Equals, called "Baby Come Back."
Keith, how does it go? Out on the street there was violence, and then a lot of... You know that song,
Yep,
Keith?
we know that one.
No, I never heard it before.
Why not?
Seen Pineapple Express, right?
Pineapple Express, I remember.
Yeah, like the part where, like, it's basically like the first scene. I mean, like, the first scene is the black and white scene, the military base, right? They take a hit of the joint, and then they go to the first scene with Seth Rogen. He rolls up.
Did the voice cut?
We lost everybody.
I know. It's like, did everybody cut out for some reason? I know. Prince is still on mute. I guess everybody. I was going to mention, there were other minor hits from that Eddie Grant album, But sometimes an 80s song will be featured in a movie a couple times, and it become a big hit.
Hello?
And once again, hello?
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 Hello? I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Oh, hello. Here, I'm going to send that in the chat here. Electric Pineapple Express. It's the opening.
All right.
Check that out real quick, guys.
All right.
Damn, that was a good pick, Ark.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, piggybacking on that, we did it before, I think. Well, I know we did, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to explore one-hit wonders again.
We could do that.
But not tonight.
I know, yes. We never really got to Prince the artist. I know it was mentioned a while back, but I guess we kind of interrupted. But we got to mention all the songs that Prince Rogers Nelson had released, and then the number of albums and many projects he was behind throughout the years. I remember when he died in 2016, it was a big shock to everybody there. I remember Numbers nightclub in downtown Houston had a big tribute to him on a Friday evening. Place was absolute packed to the core, playing tons of Prince music. We got to acknowledge the songs like Little Red Corvette, 1999, which basically was about the end of the world. And he had this other interesting song called Andy Christian for the Controversy album, which was basically a character he created from the likes of Mark David Chapman, the guy who tried to shoot the Pope, and of course the guy who tried to shot Ronald Reagan, John Hinckley Jr. He had a lot of interesting stories in the songs there. One of his songs, Pop Life, he had the lyric, what you putting in your nose? Is that where your money goes?
One of the more profound acts of our time. That's a great perspective and a great question. And what you're drawing out is a line between, like you said, adventure.
Who's that in the background?
Keith, did you watch that?
If you want to see a great Prince guitar solo, when they do "While My Guitar Gently Weeps."
Mm-hmm. Prince killed it. Prince killed it.
YR, what was your question?
We have tons of tickets already paid for a lot of concerts this summer.
All right.
For the YR program, for the channel. So good like real concerts, everything. Big ones coming up, so stay tuned within the next 3 months. The summer of concerts. Thank you. But Keith, did you see the video of the Electric Avenue?
The original video. Look it up on YouTube. Look it up
right now.
Look it up.
Okay,
Do it now.
Yes, now, kid.
I got my phone in my hand. Let me.
No, I sent the video in the chat there.
Oh, okay.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, I remember hearing about an interview Eric Clapton did that somebody asked him, "What's it like being the world's greatest guitarist?" And he said, "I don't know. Ask Prince."
Yeah, that's one of the favorite funny conversations there. All right, there, I seen it there. I'm looking it up.
That was a funny video.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know that we
could
could
possibly watch the whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah, 17 seconds.
All right.
When was my most
All right. Yep, there you go. Let's see what you're talking about now. All right, so it's kind of funny. Prince is still absent. And I take it Keith is an automobile, and Keith is on the ride back to his joint there.
Old school gamer, I don't know the answer.
What's for what? What question? Let's see here. Let me go to the chat. Let's see what old school gamer wrote there. Oh, I see what he's talking about. What year did Keith have his most painful stool? Oh, dude.
That's something you normally keep records of, but hey.
Hey, it must have went along with the song Constipation Blues that I mentioned earlier from Mr. Screevy J. Hawkins.
What are we going to do tomorrow night, by the way?
No, I don't. What do you want to do? I was hoping we continue our talk on WCW. What went wrong with that company there? Because there was a lot more details that we need to get into, like the botches and the promos and the screw-ups and the pay-per-views.
Finger poke of doom.
Oh gosh. Oh man. Who didn't? And the big mistake Eric Bischoff made that cost Nitro its viewership. We gotta address that one. Definitely got it. If you guys support, I'll definitely go for it as well because I definitely want to detail more on that subject there. Definitely. Oh, definitely. Yeah. All right, you for it? You ready? You? Yeah. Let me get myself together. You up for it, Ark?
Sure.
Good. YR, Keith.
Yeah.
Okay, you up for the tomorrow night for WCW and what went wrong with that company?
Yeah.
Good. Definitely be on the call. And YR, you up for that just as well?
We'll be there tomorrow. No
Good,
drama.
good.
Does
All right. All right.
Does
Good.
WCW still exist?
No, it died in
No.
2001. Died a
All right.
painful death.
Okay.
All right, there.
The new
WrestleMania.
AEW.
All right. So WrestleManiacs will be happening tomorrow night at the same channel, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and we're going to be doing part 2 of WCW. So I want to thank Arknolia, YR, Keith Rebarber, and Prince Idol, who's still far away on mute. All right, there. So don't forget to
You're
subscribe to
in
my
spirit.
yeah, Spirit, yeah, actually. Also, subscribe to Ark's Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Arknoia. Get tons of interesting content from the dude man here. And also subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to YR's channel. All right. On behalf of all of us, you guys enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening. And we will see you tomorrow night for the next edition of WrestleManiacs.